1.15 is now the most current patch of Minecraft, and with TnT duping still in the game, it begs the question, how should I feel about TnT duping? For a little bit of context, I am a Minecraft streamer and I run a vanilla Minecraft server for my Twitch subscribers. The server is about 3/4 way through its first season, and we have defeated the End Dragon, have our first beacon, and we have bustling commerce in our shops. Many of the subs are starting to build larger and larger farms. I personally need to build a large-scale creeper farm because with the subs starting to use elytras, rockets are starting to skyrocket in value. I've already made a pathetic attempt at a creeper farm, and in light of its failure, I decided to start again. I knew that the first one failed due to having an abundance of spawn spaces near it, and due to a lack of foresight, an entire slime farm not 30 blocks away taking up its spawn attempts. As an avid viewer of Ilmango, I knew Papa Mango would be very disappointed in me. I knew what I needed to do. I needed a perimeter. A perimeter is a massive lack of land and thus a lack of spawning spaces, making it so that the only spawning spaces in the area are the ones you want for your farm. There are two ways to make them. First is by hand, which requires hours of mining blocks with nothing but a pick and, if you're lucky, a beacon. And second is TnT duping. Twitch terms of service state, any activity such as cheating, hacking, botting, tampering that gives the account owner unfair advantage in an online game is prohibited. As a streamer, I feel the responsibility not only to follow the guidelines of the platform I stream on, but to cultivate a community that does not see cheating and exploiting as okay. So we need to decide if TnT duplication is an exploitation of the game's code. So, I did some digging, and I made a very simple Google search. What patch was TnT discovered in Minecraft? And was met with videos from late 2017, all the way till now, which begs the question, is a 2-year-old bug still a bug? Let's look at other games for reference, and beat hopping is one of gaming's oldest and favorite bugs, and I say bugs because it was not intended by the developers. But when CSGO devs noticed it, they realized it was just another element of the game that raised the game's skill cap and in the end the fun of the game. And they kept it. When it was found in Fortnite, instead of the devs patching this truly game-breaking exploit, they just nerfed it and left it in the game. And there it remains today, and I believe it's an improvement to the game. TnT duplication has been in the game since 1.7 and possibly earlier. It has been patched in and out of the game for years, and in 1.15 it does not even seem like they're making an attempt to remove it. I wanted to make sure, so I went to the Minecraft subreddit and said, this may or may not be on topic. The topic of the subreddit was bug fixes for 1.15. So I apologize if it is not, but I think we would all like to know where Mojang stands on TnT duping. I run a vanilla Minecraft server and we are starting to get to the point where perimeters would be very helpful. It is common knowledge that TnT duping is identified as a bug and not a feature. But if that is truly the case, then would it not be appropriate for it to be patched in 1.15? With how long it's been in the game, it's hard not to see it as a feature. In the end, I want to run my server in a way that the Minecraft community can be proud of and not take advantage of exploits. So I suppose the question still remains, should I feel okay about TnT duping? Now you have to hand it to the community outreach team because I had a response in less than 2 hours, and it reads, TnT duping is not a supported feature. We realize that some communities rely on them and would like to at some point have a supported replacement mechanic in the game. I guess at the end of the day, it's up to you to decide whether that means you should feel okay about it or not. So Mojang is leaving it up to us. So I guess it's up to you. I'm just kidding. You came here for an answer. I'm going to give you one. I believe the answer truly lies in the answer we received from that dev. It's up to you to decide whether that means you should feel okay about it or not. They did not say it's up to you to decide whether you feel good about it or not. They said whether that means you should, in reference to earlier when they said, and would like to at some point have a supported replacement mechanic in the game. This is huge in answering the moral dilemma that is TnT duping. I think we all fear building something that will not be supported in future patches of the game. Just imagine giving a server tour and saying, and here we have our double witch farm, to which they would say, it's cool, but you had to exploit to make it. That would take all the pride and accomplishment out of building it. But because Mojang hopes to replace TnT duping with another mechanic, that means large-scale builds that rely on TnT duping, or even just the large-scale use of TnT, will always be possible. So, we finally reach our answer. Sadly, it's not the same for everyone. I believe there are 3 ways of thinking. The true gamers. A true gamer does not use chords because they feel cheaty. They make sure their villagers are comfortable, as it would be rude not to, and the same goes for their animals. I once felt this way, and it was how most of my main survival world was built, with these ideals in mind. And second, we have the neutral party. The neutral party uses chords because they're dev supported. They take advantage of villagers and lower their trades by converting zombie villagers, and run large-scale animal farms that would have PETA frozen in shock. I feel that I fall into this category. I want to play the game to its fullest extent, and build things that most would only dare to build in creative. In order to do that, I must walk the line, but never step over, because the game would cease to be fun. In the end, cheating and exploiting isn't fun. And finally, we have the exploiter. If it's possible, it goes. Maybe just short of hacks, because that's boring. So the question is, which one of these parties is okay with TnT duping? 1 and 3 should be fairly obvious, 1 being no and 3 being of course, why not? So what about number 2, the neutral party? Where I feel like most of us stand. In conclusion, TnT duping is not easy to accomplish, and there aren't really any alternatives such as dispensers, because dispensers cannot be moved and thus cannot be used to build large quarries. So, I believe the answer is yes. I think we can use TnT duping without feeling like we are cheating. I feel it has a limited use case, and is also lag-inducing, so it comes with a cost. So, let's turn our fans on high and remove all those spawnable locations. This video took way more work than I'm normally willing to put into a video that's going to receive 100 views, so I'd appreciate it if you liked and shared and see if it can have a larger impact on the community. Thank you. Damn it.